take us away.
We are live.
Good evening, guys. My name is Gabriel. I'm from Birmingham in the UK.
And I'm Emily from Cambridge in the UK. We are both teachers at the Ponte Lungo School in Rome. And we would like to know about you. What city are you in? What's your name? How are you doing? I hope there's someone out there for us to chat to. It looks still very bright where you are, Gabe. Do you have the sun coming in the evening?
It is. Look, this is the pleasures of being up on the fourth floor. You still get the brightness of
Lovely.
reflecting onto the rooftops up there. It's Maundy Thursday today, isn't it? It begins the Easter weekend today, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Last Supper.
It's just struck me. Yeah, I think it's interesting that I was just looking at the derivation of Easter, and I find it interesting in English how it's named after a Germanic goddess.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
The day on which the resurrection of Christ occurs, that it's named after a Germanic goddess, which is pretty strange.
I don't know the derivation of the Latin term
It's
either.
like lamb, isn't it? It's the sacrificial lamb, I think, is the same.
Is the
That's correct, I think. Or is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
well?
Or is it like?
Oh.
No, hang on. No, it's like Passover, isn't it?
Okay.
We've
got hi Mattia. Nice to meet you.
No, it's
yeah.
like I think it's Passover. Yeah.
Oh.
Mattia, how are you doing? And
you should visit Cambridge one day. It is a very beautiful city. Very old and historical. You only need one day to visit. It's not a very big, it's a small city. And hi, Giovanni.
is it Korea?
Oh, yes.
Korea.
Korea.
Or Korea. Korea. Which one is it? Just so we don't say your name wrong for an hour.
So for this person, could you, give us a little help with your name? Is the accent on
Korea or Korea?
Or
Oh, you lived in London, Mattia. Where did you live in London? Where exactly?
And you're right, Cambridge is not far from London. It is an hour by train from London.
Yeah, it's a good day trip, isn't it? Both Cambridge and Oxford from London, I think they're both pretty close by, which makes them good day trips.
Yeah. And Oxford too, I think, is not so big that you really need more than a day.
No,
although Oxford is definitely bigger than Cambridge.
Queen's Park.
I don't actually know that part of London.
Is that near, like, Holland Park?
I don't know.
I'm embarrassed to say I don't really know that.
Holland
I lived
Park
in Camden for 5 years, and I don't know. Oh no, hang on. That must be really good.
For 2 years, but I never used to go. When I lived there, I never went west of South Kensington. Was the furthest west I ever went. For the museum.
That's not west. That's not West London. South Kensington is central London,
which is really, really west. Northwest. Okay, cool.
Northwest.
Okay, well, we've chosen an interesting focus to try and do in the form of a webinar. Yeah, Chalk Farm is great.
Chalk Farm is excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All between Camden and Chalk Farm, that stretch, I love. Also up around Tufnell Park, all that bit of London, all that bit of North London is super. Queen's Park is kind of Kilburn area, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Kilburn, near Kilburn at least. Cool.
Primrose Hill, lovely.
Yeah, Primrose Hill, yeah. You're making me homesick. Sorry, Emily, I interrupted you.
That's all right. I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, I think I was just saying we chose a strange topic to try and give a webinar about. And obviously we won't be able to hear the students giving a speech, but we've got prepositions, conjunctions in speech, and then maybe Gabe and I could do a bit of intonation.
Yeah.
But these are some things that are quite difficult to get used to in a different language. Prepositions and conjunctions are always tricky.
Yeah, they're seemingly utterly random, aren't they? So if we look at the first one, we've got these three. We've got in, at, or to. If we look at the first one, I have no experience, so I'm a disadvantage in job interviews.
But the collocation here is with a disadvantage. What preposition collocates with a disadvantage?
That's a good word.
Also, advantage. It's not in. So Matthias suggested in. It's a good guess. And with prepositions, we are more or less guessing. There's no logic most of the time. In a disadvantage, we don't say. Give us some more prepositions and we'll see if you can find the right one.
Well, it's going to be one of the three at the top here, isn't it?
Oh, that's true. I had not noticed the title.
Otherwise, I think this is impossible.
Yeah. Across a disadvantage, under a disadvantage.
Among. Ooh, although that's not. If you said among if you said you can say. Well, it's in a different context, a completely different context, but there is a phrase which is among the disadvantaged, isn't there as well?
Yeah, but
it's a different phrase, of course. Ignore me for this, but there is a phrase saying that as well, is my point. And Mattia has given it as at a disadvantage. Perfect.
To be at a disadvantage. Yeah. Second one, all of the politicians were involved in the scandal. And in this case, the collocation is with the verb involved. So it's not a collocation with scandal, but it's a collocation with the verb. So if you're not sure, it's a 50-50 guess. I wonder if we still have Korea. In, good.
Yeah, great stuff.
Involved in the scandal. So last one.
My cousin is married, a famous actor.
I mean, we don't really need to wait.
Yeah, my cousin is married to a famous actor.
Easiest, the easiest one. Yeah, good. Just for your superlative, Mattia, here. So easy is the adjective, E-A-S-Y. When we have an adjective finishing with a Y, there's a change in the superlative. So it becomes, easy in the superlative and the comparative. Easiest. So the Y becomes an I.
Like lazy and laziest.
Yeah. Very good. At a disadvantage, involved in, married to. More prepositions. So if we think about more collocations with verbs and nouns, the options are under, on, into, over, per, and along.
Many children depend their parents for money during their education. Depend being the collocation here.
Mm.
Depend on. Perfect.
Right. Yeah. Depend on. This is, and this is tricky. Often Italians would say depend of, which is a translation from the Italian, but on, depend on in English. Great. He's Spanish. I was the impression he was Portuguese. And here we have the collocation with the impression.
Similar to the illusion.
Yeah.
Or no, it's a bit different. Can't think of another one right now.
Any guesses, Mattia? If you're not sure, you can just have a guess. It's not per the impression. Maybe we should just give it, because really
Otherwise it's a guessing game.
It's just guessing, isn't it? Yeah. Under the impression. To be under the impression means that you think something. So I was under the impression he was Portuguese. I thought he was Portuguese. I had the impression that he was Portuguese. Per, so Mattia says, I've never seen per before. This is a preposition that we only use in one particular way. We'll see it. Well, obviously we'll see it later in the activity.
We've put a lot of effort in this project, but it will come in budget. Yeah, exactly. We put a lot of effort into this project. Spot on. But it will come in budget.
And we've got...
Ooh. Hang on a minute. We need a... Oh, I see. Okay.
Good. Yeah. Over budget. We spent too much money. You could also say under budget, which means you spent less than you could. Under budget generally is a good thing. Over budget is a bad thing. Which is why we've got this but contrast between the two parts. We put a lot of effort into it, but it will come in over budget. And the last one is the boat sails the coastline at a cost of £20 hour. Okay, cool. We've got the long.
Per month, per day, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
We could also use just a or an in place there.
Yeah, £20 an hour.
We could say I go to the gym 2 times a week or 2 times per week. Same thing.
Yeah.
It's a cost of £20 an hour.
And per as a preposition we only use in this way to describe frequency. Yeah. Okay. So Mattia, what makes a good speech? And Mattia, what is your job? I know we've met you before. You might have already told us, but I don't remember. What's your job, and do you ever have to make speeches at work?
I like the example they've given us.
She does not look like she's giving a speech there, though. She looks like she's just seen a
party speech, mate.
Okay, Mattia's a waiter. So, well, I suppose you might have to make a kind of speech.
Do you ever make toast speeches or something? Well, I mean, the thing is, it's not restricted to just work as well, though. You might have to be talkative with customers as well. What do you think comprises? What do you have to be good at in terms of speech? Then, do you think what makes a good kind of public interaction in that sense, or public speaking in any way?
Maybe Mattia has seen some customers make speeches.
That's true.
Like a toast to someone's birthday or something.
They're always awful, though.
They are.
I've seen very few very good speeches like at those kinds of events.
Yeah.
Also, when I was a waiter, I just saw people do it hammered, just so drunk most of the time that they probably thought they were making good speeches, but in real life,
Jenny.
Exactly.
So what goes into a good speech, Mattia? It's a lot of pressure on you at the moment. It's just, you're the only student interacting with us, so you have to answer all of the questions. I heard that. I think Mattia heard it too.
I've no idea. Vietto's a rowdy neighborhood.
Yeah.
To be a good speaker.
A good speaker.
A good public speaker. Probably somebody who makes a speech would be probably a public speaker. I think we'll probably come. To be a good public speaker means that we have to make our interlocutor comfy and relaxed. Or to be maybe a good conversationalist in that sense as well.
Yeah.
So you have to make your interlocutor comfy and relaxed. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think also interlocutor would or how do we actually pronounce it? Interlocutor.
Interlocutor.
Okay. I'm not sure I've ever said that word before out loud. I've only ever seen it written down. Yes, I think conversationalist then in that case. Maybe with a speech, because it's not really an interlocutor, is it? It's your audience with a speech. You're not having a dialogue with someone.
Yeah, I think that makes. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe conversationalist, that probably is a very important skill.
Yeah. And the birds are at my place. I've got a bunch of noisy birds just out the window. Well, they're much calmer now. And just so canaries, let's spell like this. Or birds in general. Yeah. Okay. So comfy and relaxed in conversation, yeah. And it could be a good aspect. I think maybe it depends on the speech. Some speeches you want your audience to be comfy and relaxed. If you're giving a speech at a wedding, I think you want the audience to be comfy and relaxed. If you're giving a speech to a big group of political dissidents, comfy and relaxed is not the ideal atmosphere.
Yeah, that's true. You want them to be kind of emotionally charged in some way, don't you?
Yeah. Well, we've got some suggestions here. What makes a good speech?
Confident delivery. Few or no pauses or stutters. I think it depends. I think well-timed pauses can be everything. I think well-timed pauses.
Yeah.
Intentionally planned, well-timed pauses.
Yeah. I've got a joke.
Okay. Do your joke.
What's the most important thing in a comic routine?
I don't know. What?
That's it.
That's the most annoying joke.
I didn't even get it quite right because I'm supposed to interrupt you when I said it.
You interrupted me. That's the most annoying. Where did you learn that joke?
That was a Mark Kermode joke.
Okay.
With a British radio film reviewer. But yeah,
and ideas that are well connected in sentences as well. I suppose fluidity and coherency.
Coherence, you mean?
Essential.
Coherency is not a word.
Coherence. Coherence is what I'm after, isn't it? Oh, the irony. The irony of getting coherence wrong.
Okay, and it's just so the delivery. This is what this is talking about. Your delivery is how you give the speech, how you speak, how you present yourself. So, Mattia, we've got some suggestions here. What makes a good speech in general? What makes a bad speech then? Being talkative.
As in being not on topic, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you chatter a lot and you haven't considered what you're saying, that's not going to be a very interesting speech. Yeah. What else?
Or it could be, I don't know if you also mean this in the sense of wordy. Wordy. By wordy, I mean not concise. Using too many words to express a single point.
Overly complicated. So I think this is what he meant by talkative. Yeah. That's, yeah, when you're talking. Just something with this sentence here, Mattia. So to say you are not concentrated, that's a very Italian phrase. In English, we don't use the adjective concentrated in this way. We usually use it as a verb. So we would say, you are not concentrating when you're talking or while you're talking. Daydreaming. So we don't use concentrated, but we use to concentrate as a verb.
Grammatical mistakes. Yes. Quite true.
Yeah, grammatical mistakes.
Daydreaming.
This is good. You're not focused, absolutely. Is better than not concentrated. Yeah. What else we got? Okay, well, this is just the opposite of
the negation of what makes a good speech.
Unsure delivery, lots of long pauses and stuttering, no connecting ideas. Yeah. But I guess bad pauses, not good dramatic pauses. Do you want to take this?
Yep. Okay. We've got a list of conjunctions here. Match the word on the left to its grammatical use on the right. So we have adds stronger information, highlights results, adds more information, highlights an unexpected result, and highlights contrasts. Okay, this is going to be quite tricky. If we start with however, what is however used for?
It's not this. It's however. We wouldn't say however adds stronger information. It has a different purpose. I'm trying to think of an example. I could say, I always want to wake up early. However, I always, in the end, sleep until late in the morning. Again, not more information. Let me write my example. I don't.
Oh my God. These are really tough. These are a pain to learn and trouble me.
We'll just give it, I think. It's best. I don't want to torture him. Oh, he can do it. He can do it. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, my example's a bit too late there.
It's a good example, though. Okay. Therefore.
Therefore.
Results. Great.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of an example. I was thinking, I have always loved Italy. Therefore, I decided to move here for 1 or 2 years. In addition, great.
Yeah, excellent. Perhaps more of a straightforward one, that one.
Yeah.
Good. Furthermore. This is the one you always stick in an essay when you want to sound really, when you want to sound a little bit more, I don't know, when you want more marks.
Yeah. It's not highlights an unexpected result. It's the other one, Mattia. I'm trying to think of an example with furthermore. I don't know. Sleeping is a very enjoyable activity. Furthermore, it is necessary for our health. That'd be weird one. But yeah. So furthermore adds stronger information. And so the last one. Nevertheless, highlights an unexpected result. It's no problem, Matty. You don't need to apologize. The whole point is that we want to teach you. It's better if you.
I think we're happier that way, actually, because we feel like we're actually teaching something.
Yeah. It's
and
boring
conjunctions are really hard as well.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do a bit more practice with these. Just before we go, I just wanted to point out, nevertheless, and however, in lots of cases are very, very similar. So use the conjunctions to connect this passage below. We have 6 sentences here about the bus service, and we want to combine the different sentences in different ways using the conjunctions here. So combine 2 of the sentences here with a conjunction in the middle.
So it's a blue one.
Do you want to read through them first?
And then, hang on, let me just... Yeah, okay, so, okay. Is there any significance to the...
I think it doesn't need to be in this order. We can mix up the order. We can change the order of the sentences. You could start with this one and finish with the first one. That's fine.
Yeah, no, okay, no. I was just trying to figure out whether there was any significance with the colours.
Oh, yeah, I think it's...
I don't think there is. I think it's random variation. Okay.
I think the colours is just to distinguish one sentence from the other one.
Yeah, that potentially, yeah, that's true. Okay, so we have the new bus pass has increased in price. The service hasn't got any better. The customers are getting very angry. The number of routes has decreased due to strikes. Another round of cutbacks have been announced, which has infuriated the customers even more. And bus pass sales have increased. So a bus pass in this context is like a ticket, your monthly ticket or yearly ticket for the bus. What else have we got? We've got strike. Is strike the same? And is that an inherited word, do you think? Strike is when people... It is Italian, is that?
No, it's different in Italian.
Okay. Yeah, like Oyster cards, exactly. Except, yeah, exactly. If you lived in London, you'll be fully yes, exactly. You'll be fully aware of these. Okay, and strikes is like when unions or not necessarily unions, but workers stop work for equality reasons and pay and wages, that kind of thing. Cutbacks. Tends to be cutbacks.
When the company
when funding has been so if you say that something has been cut in general, it means reduced. So you can also say you like cut words in a document would mean you get rid of some words, that kind of thing. You reduce the number of size of words. Cuts in general, we talk about a lot in England. It's about when the government makes amendments to the amount of funds, the amount of money that goes to certain services, reductions in spending, etc.
Like Matthias said as well.
Yeah.
That's probably good for the
probably, yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah.
So can you connect two sentences using In addition, or maybe we do the harder ones. I don't know. What do you think?
I was
thinking about time.
Yeah, we've got 7 minutes. No, that would work. Connect to with in addition. I was going to say the first 2 sentences. What conjunction could we use? But I don't know, there are a million ways to do this. The new bus pass has increased in price. The service hasn't got any better. How could we combine those 2?
Okay. Yeah, it's a very open exercise, isn't it? There can be multiple.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what it's done. Okay. It gives you a whole paragraph if you click through about.
I know.
It's
But I think it's better just to take it as a looser
Agreed.
thing. Mix and match.
Pick and mix. New bus plus has increased.
In addition, the service hasn't got any better. I mean, that would work. It makes sense. It's like this bad thing and this bad thing. The new bus pass has increased in price. In addition, the service hasn't got any better. I think there are other conjunctions we could use, though. I think, so in my opinion, I see a kind of contrast between these 2 things. The price has gone up, but the service has not improved. There's a contrast here. So we could use, however, the new bus pass has increased in price. Yeah, like Matthew. However, the service hasn't got any better.
And again, nevertheless is very similar to however as well.
Yeah.
As well. So nevertheless kind of works too.
Yeah, an unexpected result. The service hasn't got any better. Nevertheless, the new bus pass has increased in price.
What about do you want to try and flip it around the other way and we just use a conjunction?
Sure.
Okay, can you use Mattia, can you maybe use furthermore with 2 sentences? So you pick your 2 sentences and use furthermore.
Oh, this is a good one though.
Okay, new bus pass
has increased in price. Therefore, the customers are getting very angry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it's a result of the price going up.
Yeah.
But furthermore, add stronger information.
New bus pass has increased in price. Furthermore, the service hasn't got any better.
I don't know if that's stronger information though.
Yeah, I think there's a sense that you would expect the service to improve, but it hasn't. So I think the best one is a contrasting conjunction there. I still think, yeah, I agree. I think however and nevertheless are the best. Because the idea is if I suppose if you pay more for, at least in this case, if you pay more for public services, they should improve in some way. But they haven't. Bus pass sales. Yeah, okay. Yeah, bus pass. The new bus pass has increased in. Okay, no, bus pass sales have increased.
I think again there's contrast there though.
Yeah. Bus pass sales of bus passes.
I think if we use in addition or furthermore, it should be two bad things, but where there isn't necessarily contrast. So we could say the number of routes has decreased due to strikes. Furthermore, the new bus pass has increased in price. So it's this bad thing and this bad thing. And there isn't really. Oh no,
Anything
but that
consequent, anything. Number of routes has decreased due to strikes. What did you say as well?
Oh, yeah, no. That's what I meant.
No, that works, doesn't it? It's two bad things, as you said, but there's no consequential relationship between them.
Yeah.
Or you could have the number of routes has decreased due to strikes. Furthermore, another round of cutbacks have been announced, which has infuriated the customers even more. Again, two bad things with no consequential relationship between them.
Yeah. What about therefore to finish? Can you make a sentence with the? Oh, you actually you did.
He gave us one with therefore. What about nevertheless? New bus pass has increased in price. Addition.
The customers again. Well, I like this one that you wrote, Mattia, with a consequence. The new bus pass has increased in price, therefore the customers are getting very angry because one thing is the result of another thing. So that's perfect.
Just watch out as well. I don't know if this is just a typo or something, but just in addition.
Yeah.
I think you've written it in addiction twice, which is something slightly different.
Well, that was good. I think that was productive.
Absolutely,
lesson.
Yeah.
There's lots of good work from Mattia.
Yes, thank you for carrying us the entire way, Mattia.
Yeah. We have to finish. It is 10 to 8.
Yeah.
But it was good to chat to you again, Mattia.
Yeah.
The service
hasn't got any better. Nevertheless, bus pass sales have increased. Bang on.
Contrast, absolutely.
Contrast.
A surprising result. Yeah.
Super one to finish with.
Yeah, good.
Well done. Have a nice evening, Mattia.
Bye.
Bye.